It's a mindset thing.
A little bit of the bus spread they got for the lads. Get your drink on. So on the way to the city, we stopped at a truck stop, and those were my options. Alright, Don's Moe's it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Moe's just held me down. Got a little bit of lettuce, tiny bit of white rice. Not a big time training day today, just gonna be working on some balance and proprioception. So I'm not going heavy carb. We got a little bit of onions, a little bit of tomatoes, cucumber, chicken, and some hot sauce. Let's get it down. What's good, guys? How we doing? Just been putting in a lot of work. I've been working for a couple hours now, editing vlogs, editing videos, adding videos. Now I'm gonna make myself some tea. As you guys saw, I got that Moe's, which was excellent. Yeah, just gonna keep going. Yeah, I will. Alright. Nah. What's good, fam? Just got to the telly. About to go to the gym. What's good, y'all? Just got back from the gym. Did a real light foam rolling and stability session. Now I'm on my way to dinner. I'm in the telly, New York City. Soho, New York. But basically, today's Friday, I got a course Saturday and Sunday, and then Monday I'm off to Georgia to train over there with Toka football. So I want to make sure that my body's ready and it's not overdone. I had trained 3 days in a row and I was feeling it a bit today in my hip flexors, knees, you know, all over. I've been training pretty hard for the past couple of weeks, so I'm deloading a little bit right now. Today was a bit of a deload day. I just literally did 2.5 hours of straight foam rolling for like an hour and a half, and then I did like a bit of stability. Tomorrow I'm gonna get after it again. I got this course, and then I'm probably gonna get a gym session in. Hopefully I could get it recorded, but I just want to show you around New York City. It's a beautiful place. I'm sure a lot of you guys want to experience New York City and come over here since it's such a hot commodity. So yeah, I'm gonna show you around, and yeah, like I always say, I'm just gonna show you the daily life. It's not like I train every single day. There are some days where I take off days, some days when I take recovery days, and you need those recovery days. You need time off. You need to give your body rest. So I'm gonna take you guys to dinner and show you guys what I get. See you in a bit. Yeah, for sure. Real professional. Harold's, New York City. Tonight's spread, some sea bass, some mushrooms, and some salmon, spinach over there. Let's feast. NYC vibes. Well, good morning, people. Top of the morning to you. Your boy just got out of the shower. I gotta tell you, there is nothing in the world like a nice shower. Man, when I grow up, I got kids, I got a family. Nah, rather, you know, when I actually settle down and get a permanent place, I'm gonna invest a lot of money in a very good shower because it really changes your morning. Honestly, changes your life. But apart from that, guys, yeah, Saturday morning headed over to the DBC fitness course on Chelsea Piers. Really looking forward to it. Like I told you guys yesterday, right now I'm staying in Soho. But yeah, this is gonna be a great one. 9 to 5. Get a little bit of break for lunch, and then I'm probably gonna do a training session after, which I'll show you guys. Hopefully I could show you some, you know, its and bits here and there of the course. But like I always say, man, there's always room to improve. There is always room to get better. You never, ever, ever, ever know enough. And that's the greatest part of this life, man. You never know enough. For craft you're trying to master, there's always room to learn. Alright, so I'm gonna go grab a nice breakfast. It's about 7:30 a.m. right now. I'll show you guys what I get. Probably gonna be light, grab a nice breakfast and a coffee and just flow through the day and enjoy it, make the most of it as usual. I look forward to bringing you guys along. Thanks for tuning in. Fantastic breakfast spread. Absolutely nothing like it. Let's enjoy.
That is fantastic. Yeah.
Here and I'm just gonna talk. Alright guys, just got finished with the first part of DBC. Me and my boy, we had some healthy lunch. We just did a squat practical, some squat analysis.
Here, and then they just bend from the hips. So we try to change that pelvic tilt first before they do any lumbar flexion.
Best facilities in New York City. What up? Let's get a session. What is good, people? How we doing? Just finished up a dope course. Wow. 9 to 6. Got a ton of work in. Gained a ton of knowledge. Probably took more notes today than I did 4 years in high school. I'm not proud of it, but you know, when you're loving what you're learning, you want to learn it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm just gonna get in a quick session. Not going to be too intense because I got an intense week in Georgia coming up, so I want my body to be prepared. I'm going to get some lifting in and I'll bring you guys along. I hope you guys enjoy it. Alright guys, I'd like to run you through this session real quick. I started on the bike for 15 minutes to really get the blood flowing. Then I got into some foam rolling. So the first exercise I did here was roll out the upper back and the thoracic spine, which gets really, really tight when we're constantly sitting throughout the day. Next, I foam rolled the QL, the quadratus lumborum, which is a global stabilizer and connects our upper and lower body. The QL is a very, very tight spot for me, and it's constantly tight. So what I do here is I roll out a little bit on the left side, on the right side, and once I find a trigger point, I'll sit on it for a couple seconds and deep breathe. The next area I targeted was the glute. I put one leg over the other. So here I'm working my right glute. And as always, I'm rolling around to get the blood flowing. And if I find a tension spot, I'll sit on it for a bit. The piriformis in the middle of the glute is generally a very tight spot on many people. After that, I flipped around and targeted my hip flexor, which is very, very tight on most people because we are constantly sitting, which leaves our hips in flexion and not extension. This makes our hips tight, especially that hip flexor region. It is also especially tight on footballers. The next spot I hit was the groin region. I also got into the VMO, the vastus medialis oblique, which is the teardrop muscle on your quad that everyone wants. That really gets tight for me, and I know a lot of other footballers have tightness in that region because of all the kicking, the jumping, the sprinting that we do. It puts a ton of stress on the adductor and groin region. So you really want to spend some time on this region and really try to release the tension that's built up. The next area I got into was the full hamstring, and as you guys notice, I'm twisting and turning to make sure I hit all areas of the hamstring, which also get very tight on a lot of people. Since we are quad dominant, we rely a lot on our quads and we don't use our hamstrings enough, leading them to be tight. They could be shortened, they can be underactive, sometimes they can be overactive. As always, it depends on the individual. The next area I hit was the IT band, which is also very, very tight on most people. I just roll it a little bit, get some friction, and try to release the muscle very slowly. Next, I look to hit the calf region. There are two main muscles in the calf region and lower leg there. We're talking the gastrocnemius and the soleus. We also have the posterior tibialis and the anterior tibialis, but I mainly want to focus on the gastrocnemius, which is the meaty head of the calf. And that gets really tight on most people, especially if you're constantly wearing dress shoes, if you're wearing heels, or for footballers, they get very tight because we're constantly on our toes, which leads to tightness in the calves. Another huge benefit of relieving stress in the calf region is we open our ankles up, leading to more ankle mobility, which indirectly makes us faster because we are able to get in more dorsiflexion, meaning our toes are more able to point to the sky. And there are many benefits of that. The next region I hit is the rear delt, the posterior shoulder, and underneath that armpit, that trigger point there. As you guys can see, it's super, super painful, and you should really take some time to release that. I mean, look at the man's face. I'm clearly in pain. Take the time to release it and deep breathe. The next area I release is the pec region. As you guys see, once I find that trigger point, I just pick my arm up and down to get more movement in and really release it through the range of motion. And that's it for my foam rolling session. I got straight into proprioception for the ankle and the leg. As you guys saw from my last video, I had a little bit of a knee twinge, so I really wanted to make sure it was ready to go for my trip to Georgia. So obviously after the right leg, I move on to the left leg. As you guys see, I'm on this blue pad, which is a bit of an unstable surface. It works the proprioceptors in the ankle, the knee, the hip joint, and really activates the glutes before your session. So after the single leg balance on the blue pad, I moved on to a single leg deadlift. And as you guys see, my form at first is not perfect. This is actually the side with the injured knee, so I think it's more of a mental thing. But like I said, I wanted to make sure that it was fresh and ready to go for Georgia. And that's another reason that I'm doing this, really making myself comfortable on one leg. After the right leg, I obviously move on to the left leg. And the keys here to make sure your knee is bent, core is tight. You're looking to activate the hamstrings, the glutes, and the core region and really lengthen yourself out. After that, I moved on to some dynamic kicks. Started off with front to back, really testing the ankle mobility as well as the hip mobility, seeing how I'm feeling. After that, I moved on to side with the right leg. Really just working that hip, that ankle. Then I obviously moved on to the left leg, still doing the same thing. Really trying to keep that ankle in place, work that hip mobility. We're working the right ankle here and the left hip. So just to clarify, the right ankle and the left hip. After that, I moved on to a simple flow or warm-up series. So I'm starting off in a bit of a child's pose, sitting on the heels, stretching out the bottom of the feet. Come up, bring the right knee to the right elbow. Twist, open up the chest. Twist, open up the chest. And we're back in it again. Left knee to left elbow, twist, back down, twist, really open that chest and T-spine. Next, we went back into the child's pose, hopped up into a knee to elbow pose. I understand the back is rounded. It's not too important since I don't have weight on the back, and it honestly shows that I need more T-spine mobility. Next, similar thing, start in child's pose, hop up to our elbows, really open those knees, and we're gonna open up. We need to open up this chest and T-spine region, as you guys saw. So one arm is pushing against the knee, the other arm is reaching up, and you're trying to keep your arms almost parallel. Next, we moved on to one of my favorite unilateral, which means one-legged exercise in the gym. Super important for footballers. The game is constantly played on one leg. You need to have good core stability, good balance, and obviously good leg strength to play the game. So this is an essential staple to add into your routine. I don't go heavy at all. I'm really working on my technique, really keeping my scapula engaged, shoulder blades back, retracting the scapula, standing up tall, and keeping a good posture as I go down. So after the left leg, we're obviously moving on to the right leg. And I forgot to tell you guys last segment, but the toe does not have to be down and dorsiflex into the bench. It's honestly your preference. And the width and the length between your feet is your preference, and obviously depends on your hip mobility, because this is also going to challenge the hip mobility of that back leg. Next, I moved on to a close grip cable pull down, and many people will say that this isn't a functional exercise because I'm seated and I don't do this on the field, which is absolutely true. But for me, functional means being able to function in daily life. And as always, I train with a purpose and a goal in mind. And my goal here is to really strengthen the scapula, the shoulder blades. And right there in that exercise, I'm trying to retract the shoulder blades as well as possible. So after checking Tinder real quick, no, I'm just kidding with you guys. I went on to do a couch stretch, obviously on a bench and not a couch. I'm a little sorry about that. I'm also sorry about these angles that I'm hitting. I'm really new to this vlog and stuff. Just be patient with me, guys. I'm trying to provide good content and good value. Let's get on to the exercise. I want a straight line from the knee to the hip, to the shoulder, to the ear. We're really looking to stretch that back quad and that back hip flexor. Next, I moved on to a squat variation with the dumbbells on my shoulders and a bit of a hammer grip. And this is really good for the core and the front anterior part of the body, as well as the lower part of the body. Trying to keep an upright posture, looking straight ahead, keeping the whole neck and spine as neutral as possible. Next, we moved on to a seated cable row, and I'm after the same exact thing here as the pull down, but it's just a different angle. It's obviously horizontal instead of vertical. Still trying to pull those scapulas back, using the elbows first instead of the biceps, and really trying to focus on regressing the scapula. Next, I moved on to the Palloff press on the cable, which is one of my favorite anti-rotation exercises. Anti-rotation exercises are crucial for sport, for football, for life. The ability to resist rotation is one of the main jobs of the core and can be strengthened with this exercise. Make sure to keep the feet about shoulder width apart, slight knee bend, core tucked in and solid. Try to keep that head neutral, looking forward at all times. Keep the scaps back and drive. Do not let the cable pull you back towards it. In essence, you are resisting the rotation back towards the cable. I finished off the session with 30 pull-ups, 3 sets of 10.
What's good, y'all? Just got back to the telly after a long day. Grab some Sweetgreen. Just pick your own salad.
About to head to sleep soon. I'm absolutely shot. It was a long day today. Well, good morning, y'all. Nice weather today in NYC. Second day of the class. Let's get after it. Day 2, DBC Fit.
That's right.
Day 2.
That's right.
Get there first, leave there last.
That's
And
right.
Well, good morning, y'all. Second day of the DBC Fit course underway. Grabbing my breakfast now. Got a little bit of a power snack. Could be 4 eggs, could be 2 eggs. See how hungry I am. Got a test coming today to get the certification, so I'm gonna look this stuff over, grab my coffee, chill out, and it's a great day. It's sunny, real nice. Gonna make sure I get this cert. I just figured while I wait for my test to be graded, I really want to hit the trigger points of the lower trap and the mid trap with my lacrosse ball. And that's why they call me Ricky. That's why they call me RicFit. I'm just a unique young fella. Been a long day, y'all. Been a long weekend, but it's all worth it. What a fantastic course this was with DBC Fit. I'm gonna head upstairs, probably do a quick foam rolling and stretching session, bring you guys along. But let's show you the telly I've been at. Called Arlo. Arlo in Soho. Check this place out. Great vibes. Sorry, I've been slacking a bit on the outros, guys. I'm sorry about that. It would be very nice if you could like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Till next time, you guys know what the most important things are. Eat well, move often, do things you love, spend time with people you love, cherish your sleep, drink your coffee, get a fresh cut, and most importantly, be yourself. Thank you, guys.